So good morning, Govekar.
Good morning.
Yes, you have something to say about yesterday's?
No,
Okay,
I'll talk to you later.
sure. There's a very strong light coming from your back. Yes.
Okay, now?
Yeah.
That is the sun. Oh,
Just 2 more minutes. I think Madhu might join. 1 minute more.
somebody has already joined.
No, Mr. Suri is here.
Okay.
So we were just talking about how our what we speak exists as vibrations in the atmosphere. So
It
even
doesn't go, it is
whatever
there.
it is always there. So even if okay, just a minute. जय गजानन गणेशाय नमस्तुभ्यं हेरंबाय एकदंतिनि स्वानंदवासने तुभ्यं ब्रह्मणस्पतये नमः. So Matsarasur is on a fighting spree. He's conquering the worlds. He's on set foot. He began with the earth. He conquered a number of kingdoms, but with all his Daitya armies and the Danavas and Asuras, all the Asuras, they've completed conquering the earth. Then they went to the Nagaloka, the Patal Loka, where they met the Nagas. And they defeated the Nagas. Seshanaga surrendered. Seshanaga said, "Okay, I'm agreeable to pay you the tax for this, but leave us alone. We will stay in our place." So Seshanaga maintained his rule over Patal, but then he agreed for payment of a tax to Matsarasur. Then Matsarasur next target was Varuna. Varuna Loka defeat to conquer the Varuna, the abode of Varuna. So all the Daityas, Danavas, making a huge noise, they proceeded to Varuna, the abode of Varuna. They met, they went, first they sent one messenger to Varuna, the Duta. He goes and meets Varuna and he says, "Oh Varuna, Lord of the waters, King Matsara has sent me to you. Accept our dominion," that the Matsarasur has said, "accept my dominion over you and you can live in your abode happily. Otherwise, I will kill you and your associates, all the devas in battle. Are you ready for battle?" So this was the message of the message given by the Duta to Varuna. Varuna was angry. He was furious. He gathered all the devas and all his weapons and armaments and all the vahanas, and they all set forth to the battlefield. There was a huge battle between the Daityas and Varuna's army. The fierce battle was between the gods on one side, then Virochana, Mahishasura, Shimba, Andakasura, and all other asuras on the other side. A fierce battle ensued. They fought each other. There was hatred, each one trying to fight for victory. They fought using weapons, astras, trees, rocks. They wished to destroy each other, and there was a tumultuous battle. It lasted for 3 days. Then the gods living in the water, they bellowed so loudly that Virochana and others were rendered unconscious. Then, of course, the Daityas always have Shukracharya on their side, who, with his Sanjeevani mantra, Sanjeevani, he woke them all up. And they once again, with full vigor, they again fought. They went to fight again with the gods. The devas were shocked because they were already tired of fighting. And here again, these people with a renewed vigor, they are coming with renewed energy, continuing to battle. Finally, they were crushed or killed or injured, and they realized that now there's no more way to escape these people. Varuna was captured, and when the devas found that Varuna was captured, they gave up, and they said, now the king himself has been captured. The entire kingdom was taken over, and the Daitya put his own people there, and they took away Varuna. Next, they proceeded to Kubera's palace. Kubera was northwards to that Varuna Loka. So Kubera, when he found Kubera, he is huge, huge in size also, not capable of fighting. He was not ready for war. He immediately ran to Kailash for seeking protection with Shiva. So it was easy for them to capture Kuber Loka. That is Alkapuri. Alkapuri is the abode, is the Loka of Kubera. So they captured Kubera town, established themselves in their town. They put their own king, and next they proceeded northwards, and that is Yamaloka. The next abode was of Yama, the embodiment of death. So a Duta was sent, Yamaraja. Yamaraja was not someone who was going to bend down. He mounted on his buffalo and carrying a staff and taking Mahamrityu, the greater death with him, the ferocious Yama went to the battlefield. He was accompanied by his other assistants, Mrityu, Roga, disease, death. These are the names of his assistants. The Daitya warriors attacked. The Devas and Daityas fought bravely. This war went on for 5 days. For 5 days, they fought each other. Yama army attacked and killed and wounded many Daityas. Even Mrityu and the fearing Mrityu, the Daityas also were afraid of Mrityu, so they fled in different directions. Just then, Vishayapriya, the son of Matsarasur, he arrived there with a fresh battalion. He began fighting Mrityu. Then, obeying the command of Matsara, he assumed the form of a human. He assumed the form of a human and struck the blows on the chest of the warrior Roga. Roga was killed. Then Mrityu was rendered helpless with a fatal attack. In this way, the soldiers of Yama, one by one, they seeing that the others fall down, they ran away. The soldiers of Yama attacked. Finally, Yama was left there. He attacked Yama with his weapon, and Yama fell down from his buffalo, and he was rendered unconscious. As a result, the Dharmaraja also, then Dharmaraja, as a last resort, what he did was he threw his Kala Danda, the staff which is in his hand, towards the Daitya son. Kala Danda was ineffective. It fell to the ground. The Daitya son courageously retaliated and imprisoned Yama. They retaliated and then they got hold of Yama and imprisoned him. So in this manner, they were able to conquer Yamaloka also. After Varuna Loka, they conquered then Kuber, Alkapuri, then they conquered Yamaloka, and next they proceeded to Amravati. Amravati, that of Indra's abode. So Indra was ready. He with his army. The Devas were prepared. They had heard of all these the defeats of Varuna and others. So Indra was ready with Agni and Vayu, well equipped with all their astras. So naturally, Devas were larger in number and they were strong ones. Vishwadeva, Sadhya Deva, Rudra, Vasu, Gandharvas, Yakshas, and Vidyadharas all had joined the forces. Then even there were planets, Chandra, Surya, the Adityas, the sun gods. They were also supporting Indra in this battle with great determination. Indra mounted on the Airavata, his great elephant, and carrying the Vajra, the Astra of Indra, he arrived on the battlefield. Seeing this well-equipped Deva army with all their weapons, all their Astras, the Daityas launched a ferocious attack with their weapons. The Devas, naturally, they retaliated with equal vigor. A great war ensued. Many of the Devas were wounded. Some Devas were killed by the Daityas. Some were mutilated. Some fell unconscious. Such was the destructive war that went on for 7 days and 7 nights. Thereafter, Asuras lost their will and they retreated from the battlefield. Virochana and several Daityas were rendered unconscious. The others fled when they found their leaders were unconscious. The Daitya army, they fled in all directions. Seeing this Daitya army flying going in helter skelter with so much of fear, the other son, Matsarasur's second son, Sundarapriya, Vishapriya had come there. Now Sundarapriya, he mounted on his vehicle and he came on the battlefield. So he began to attack the Devas with renewed vigor, with new astras, fresh astras and weapons. So the terrified warriors now, because this new flow of energy from the Daityas, the army of the Devas were rendered ineffective. They fled in all directions. So rivers of blood flowed on the battlefield. Finally, Indra arrived to fight the Daitya son. He threw the thunderbolt, Vajra, yet the Daitya was unmoved. The Vajra had no effect. It was now Indra's turn to be surprised how his own Vajra was ineffective. So the Daitya son injured Airavata, the elephant, with his sword. So when the elephant was injured, Indra fell down. So then Indra was also taken captive. And this Indra was a Purandara of this, the present Manvantara. We were speaking of the of one earlier occasion, who was a Indra at that time. So now the Indra was Purandara. He was captured, and the Daitya son took them to their place. And in this way, even the Swargaloka was captured. Sundarapriya was an idol of joy, happy and they all celebrated their victory over the Indra Loka, and they all different. The Daityas went and occupied the various seats of the Devas, and they made themselves merry in Indra Loka. And finally, Matsarasura became the king of Swargaloka. So in this way, this part of the battle, the Matsara is on his victory spree. He is on a winning spree. He's been capturing one after the other. The earth he has captured, Patal Loka he has captured, now he has captured Swargaloka also. So now let us see how he proceeds further mm, um, in his further accomplishments in the next chapter. So this chapter is chapter 27. Matsarasura defeats, titled Matsarasura defeats Indra. In the first part of the Purana Upanishad, Srimad Mudgal Puran. We'll continue with the 28th chapter of the further exploits of Matsarasura, how he defeats other devas. There is Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, all of them are there. So we'll see how he proceeds against them in the next session. Jai Gajan. Battlefields are exciting, both to describe and to listen and to picturize and to visualize. But the real battlefield is in our head, in our brain. If we are to face this battlefield, we need to meditate every day. It is a spiritual exercise. So let us gather all our thoughts and focus on ourselves. Be relaxed in your body. See that your feet are firmly planted on the floor. Feel the sense of Mother Earth beneath your feet that keeps you grounded. Spine erect, not very stiff. Hands on your thighs, palms facing upwards. Bring all your attention on your body, on your breaths. As you inhale deeply and take a long, deep breath, which goes all the way into your abdomen. And exhale. Keep breathing long, deep breaths, slowly observing the air come in. Feel yourself settling down in this calmness as your body relaxes. As you relax into this body, you are firmly established in this body. You are present in this whole body, every cell from head to toe. Feel your presence within each cell. Identify yourself with this Annamaya Kosha, this body, physical, the gross body. Let's begin with the toes. Feel the nails on your toes, the big toe, the next finger on the toes, each of the 5 toes. Your feet, your heels, feel the bones and the flesh in the feet as they are in contact with the floor. Move up to the ankles on both feet. Move upwards from the ankles to the calf muscles. Feel the tightness. Relax the muscles. in your car. Bring your attention to your knees. Relax the stiffness. Let go of the pain, if any. Move upwards to your thighs. Relax the muscles on your thighs. Quads, the hamstrings. Relax fully. Come to the hip joints. Your seat, your glutes. Relax. Moving upwards along your back. Move up from the tailbone into the lower abdomen. Relax the pelvic region. The whole of the abdomen. Move your attention to your stomach. On the right side is the liver, below the rib cage. In the middle is the diaphragm. To your left is the spleen. The entire abdominal region has a small intestine, the large intestine, and several other supporting glands and organs that are carrying out the function of digestion, absorption, assimilation, and distribution and excretion. This whole factory within is carrying on its functions day in and day out, all the time. Your liver is a seat of attention. It produces enzymes and juices necessary for digestion. The spleen on the left is the regulator. Just like the speedometer on your car, it regulates the speed in your body, speed of the energy movement in your body. It balances the energy. The diaphragm below the lungs is a muscle that divides the upper body from the lower body. As we breathe, it extends downwards, giving space for the lungs to take in more oxygen, more pranavayu to help in the functioning of the body. Moving upwards into the lungs, into the rib cage, into the air sacs within, which are constantly contracting and expanding, absorbing the oxygen and releasing the carbon dioxide. Keep breathing deeply as you scan your body inside, going above the sternum. On the left side is the pumping station of the heart, which is constantly in action right from the day you were born. The good blood filled with oxygen is pushed out from the arteries into the body, and the carbon dioxide released by the cells in the body is brought by the veins to the same pumping station to be released, to be cleansed, and the circulation goes on continuously. It's an ongoing process. As long as the prana vayu is continuously flowing into the blood, and this hemoglobin, which is nourished by this prana vayu, your blood regulates all movements in the body. The white blood corpuscles in the blood are fixed. They are manufactured from the center heart till the age of 12. All the white blood corpuscles necessary for an entire lifetime is made before the age of 12. So we need to preserve them. It's only they who fight the attack from germs and viruses from outside. Can this entire chest area, which is the seat of the soul in the center, it's an area filled with light. And when you connect to the light in the center heart, you can expand and energize your entire aura of the body. It's energizing from within. Move upwards to your shoulder blades, into your shoulders, The upper arms on both hands, the left upper arm, the elbows, the forearm, the wrist, the palm, the thumb, the index finger, the middle finger, the ring finger, the little finger, your entire left arm. Relax. Move into your shoulder, to your right arm, the upper arm, elbows, forearm, wrist, palms, your thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, your entire right arm resting on your lap. Bring your attention back to the shoulders, your neck, the pit of the neck, the trachea, the windpipe, the throat, moving upwards into the medulla oblongata, the base of the brain. Feel the base of the brain at the back of the neck, connecting your spinal column to the brain. That mass through which the neurons move and the neurotransmitters carry instructions to the body. See it filled with light, full of energy and vibrant. Feel your face muscles, beginning with your chin, your jaws, lower lips, upper lips, coming to the bridge of your nose, nostrils, entire nose, the cheeks, the cheekbones, the lower eyes, the upper eyes, eyelids, the eyes, your eyebrows, the forehead, your entire face, the ears, and now your head. Now scan the whole body from the head all the way to your face, neck, shoulders, chest, abdomen, your hips, thighs, legs, to your feet. Scan this whole body. Be fully present in this body. This is the vehicle of your expression. This is how you interact with the world. People see you as this physical body and how you express through it. The reason for taking up this aspect was a video on Instagram of the Prime Minister in his interview with Mr. Kamath, where he says, I'm afraid I have to be so focused on my body and so conscious and aware of every movement, every expression that I do. 24 by 7, I'm watched. Millions and crores of eyes are upon me, and I feel conscious all the time. I could feel the anxiety in his voice and the dread that he's going through every moment of the day of being under observation. He is on hyper alert every second, focused on what 140 crores pairs of eyes are thinking of him. He has an image that he has to honor. He occupies a seat and position whose image he has in his mind as he projects into the world, and his idea of protecting that image is constantly under attack every second of the time, waking and sleep. That's his battle. In a battle where we are fighting with an image, a projection, an idea of a role or a position or our appearance, how we appear to the world, when that becomes more important, it has consumed him to the extent that Everything else is pushed under the carpet. Everything else is left to others to handle. Decisions on everything else depends upon the inputs from others. And inputs are given what he, what pleases him, what he prefers to hear. What doesn't upset him. So he hears what that projected image wants to hear. He sees only what is necessary to be presented to that projected image. Nothing exists beyond that. If information comes, it creates a conflict. That conflict is subdued or extinguished by substituting with the preferred alternative. In that state, it is a make believe reality. It is a hypothesis. It is an illusion. The moment you wake to this illusion, you realize that you have been deluded. You are awake, but you are awake to a world of your own making. A world of projection, supporting the image in your mind. And that projection is confined to your physical body, your appearances, as how you think you appear to others. It has nothing to do with your relation to others. You are in your own relationship to your image, to your projection of your relation of your physical self with others. It's a deluded relationship, both yourself and others. Can you imagine any love affair you've had where it was a one-way traffic? Years later, you realize that all the while love was only from your side. How do you feel when you wake up to that realization? You get shaken up from your roots. Suddenly, everything falls apart. You question your very own existence. What have I been doing all this while? Was I blind? Was I deaf? Was I sleeping? So I couldn't have seen that coming. And when you wake up to that realization, that light that knowledge, that wisdom. Suddenly you have all the answers. You might grieve for a moment, for some time, longer if necessary, but then that world has collapsed. That world of delusion, that world of projection vanishes. It no longer exists. You are awake to the reality as it is. You realize that all those distractions were your escape from reality. Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityoma Amritangamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Slowly feel the presence in your body. Take a nice deep breath. And as you exhale, release all the tension from your body. Release through your mouth. Exhale through your mouth. Repeat 5 times. When you're done, slowly wriggle your fingers and your toes. Rub your hands together. Cup your palms and place it on your eyes. Slowly rub your face. And when you're ready, open your eyes.